This is a VFD, pulse width modulation, operating at 100%. We're going to show what EDM is, electric discharge machining, that's occurring with the bearings. This is the voltage going from the VFD into the armature and shaft of the motor that is then discharging into the bearings of the motor, destroying the bearings. This is happening thousands of times a second. We're reading at 100 microseconds with a 20 volt range. We're going to simulate right now the grounding of the shaft. The shaft right now is being read with an oscilloscope and the tip hooked up to the top. Henry, go ahead and touch the shaft. There we ground out to the case. We're grounding out to the case and he's simulating the ground. Go ahead and take it off. The back of that probe is hooked up to the case ground of the motor, and we will get it again. Go ahead and touch it. Now we just case ground it. Take it off. Now we actually are discharging into the bearing, which is heating the raceway, taking metal and putting it into the grease. Go ahead and take me down to 50 hertz, Henry. Good, give me that bearing too, please. Okay, we are currently at 50 hertz. I'm going to take my time button and extend it out. Okay, we're still discharging at 50 hertz. We have anywhere from 40 to 50 volts. This is AC-DC coupled. Go ahead and touch it. Just going to ground out the shaft. We grounded out the shaft again. Take it off. Go ahead and touch it. Take it off. So at 50 hertz, we're still discharging a ton of voltage into the shaft, armature into the shaft, then the discharge happens into the bearings, going through the grease and pitting the raceway, putting the metal deposits, EDM, electric discharge machining, putting the metal parts into the grease, blackening grease, degrading the grease. Go ahead and take me down to 20%. 20%. 20%. Even at 20%, it doesn't matter. We're still discharging. Into the raceway. Peaks are just smaller, but we're still discharging around an average of 15 volts. And again, this is thousands of times a second. Go ahead, Henry, and let me get set up. Go ahead and touch it. He grounded out. We have 0 volts. Go ahead and release it. Go ahead and touch it. 0 volts, release it. The pitting is the little fluting that you see inside the raceway there, the concave. Looks like a weld, a fine stainless steel weld. It's actually pitted. And all that metal flake goes into the grease, becomes conductive, lowering the impedance of the grease. And that's it for today. Thank you from Unibus, Chicago.